The third part of this chapter is our circulatory pathways, the blood vessels of our body. Our vascular system consists of two main circulations. The pulmonary circulation is a short loop that runs from the heart to the lungs and then back to the heart. The systemic circulation is the long loop to all parts of the body and then back to the heart. Figure 19.19a shows the pulmonary circulation. From the body, deoxygenated blood returns or enters to the right atria. So from the body, we get deoxygenated blood to the right atria. It then flows to the right ventricle and then leaves the heart via the pulmonary trunk. The pulmonary trunk divides into the right and left pulmonary arteries. These arteries lead to the lungs, where the arterioles feed into pulmonary capillaries and the gas exchange occurs there. Oxygenated blood leaves the pulmonary capillaries, enters the right and left pulmonary veins. Here's the right pulmonary vein and the left pulmonary vein, and then enters the left atria, the left ventricle, and out of the aorta into the entire body for the systemic circulation. Figure 19.19b shows the pulmonary circulation and an up close of the pulmonary capillary, seen here, where carbon dioxide leaves the blood and oxygen enters. Figure 19.20 shows the systemic circulation. Oxygenated blood leaves the left ventricle through the aorta. Off the aortic arch, the common carotid arteries take blood to the head, and the subclavian arteries take blood to the upper limbs. From those areas, capillary beds allow oxygen to be delivered and carbon dioxide to be taken up. The superior vena cava returns deoxygenated blood from the body to the right atria. Here's the superior vena cava. The aorta also supplies the lung tissue with oxygen to maintain them. After leaving the left ventricle through the aorta and bypassing the aortic arch is the thoracic aorta, which leads to capillary beds of the mediastinal structures and thoracic walls. The venous drainage of this area leaves and enters the superior vena cava to return to the heart's right atria. Below the diaphragm, we have the abdominal aorta, which supplies the capillary beds of the digestive viscera, spleen, pancreas, kidneys, gonads, pelvis, and lower limbs. Important differences between the systemic arteries and veins are that the arteries run deep, whereas veins are both deep and superficial. Deep veins share the same name with a corresponding artery. Superficial veins do not correspond to names of any arteries. Venous pathways are more interconnected. Unlike arterial paths, venous pathways have more interconnections. Veins can have more than one name, making venous pathways hard to follow. The last difference is that the brain and digestive systems have unique venous drainage systems. The brain contains dural venous sinuses, and the venous system of the digestive system drains into the hepatic portal system, which perfuses through the liver before returning to the heart. Okay, I'm going to stop here, and that's the end of part 2.